Gun owners, if you're a gun owner like me, here's a quick tip that may save you some trouble in the future. If you ever have a firearm that's lost or stolen, the first thing the law enforcement officer is going to need is that serial number. They're going to need the make and model, which you can probably remember, but they're going to need that serial number in order to enter it into NCIC, which is the national database. So if you don't already have all your firearms recorded, I highly recommend you do so. What I use is a program called Google Sheets. You can use Microsoft Excel. You can even take a picture of it, write it on a piece of paper and take a picture. And here's why I say that. Be sure to upload that document into a cloud-based service. That way it's always there, it's always available, and it's never going to be lost. Especially if it's an older gun. If it's a gun you bought a year or two ago, you may be able to go back where you bought it at and get that information. But if it's something that's been passed down for generations, you're not going to be able to get that information. And even if you know where it came from, that business may not even exist anymore. So I highly recommend to do that. It makes it a lot easier to retrieve that firearm. A quick story. I went to church with a couple that their home had been burglarized, and I went out, got the information. They had their serial number. Before I went home that night, I recorded it and through dispatch. The next day, a drug unit went out to a drug house and raided it and recovered those firearms. Now, that's a 1 in a million. That don't happen all the time, that quick, but it did happen. Another story recently that did happen, a neighboring agency recovered a firearm that had been stolen for, I think it was 23 years. But due to the fact the serial number was attached to that stolen weapon, we were able to get it back to that gentleman. So just thought that might be something useful for you all, some useful information. So y'all have a good one.